Welcome to the start of our Bible devotion for this year. And you might want to ask, why do we need to read the Bible? Why do we need to study the Bible? If you think about it, it's like this. I don't know about you, but I like going to museums. I like staring at paintings. I like to watch works of art. And in two museums that I usually go to when I was in college, the Vargas Museum in UP and the Metropolitan Museum of Manila in the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, I used to watch at the paintings of Juan Luna and Felix Resurrection Hidalgo because I'm a fan of realism. So I like staring at their paintings, and whenever I spend minutes just staring at the works of art, I kind of ask myself, what is this artist thinking about when he drew this? What's the inspiration behind this? What's going on through his head? And in fact, the very fact that there is a painting in front of me, the very fact that there is a work of art, you know there is an artist behind that. You know that there's a creator, there's a painter who made that work of art. And that's basically the same thing about the creation of the world. You know that there is this universe, there's this whole creation around us, and there's just no way for us to think that there is no creator behind it. It's like what's written in the Bible in Romans 1 verse 19. I will read it for you. For what can be known about God is plain to them. It's for us humans. Because God has shown it to them. For His invisible attributes, namely His eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly perceived ever since the creation of the world, in the things that have been made, so they are without excuse. So what is it saying? It's saying that God's existence is actually self-evident, and His creation speaks about His nature and character. So if we're going to talk about creation of the world, we have to go to the start, the beginning. Let's go to Genesis. In Genesis chapter 1, it narrated there the creation of the world by God. And it says there, verse 1, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. Verse 3, and God said, let there be light. And there was light. So imagine, God is probably like an artist who sat in front of an empty blank canvas, turned on his light, focused on the blank canvas, and then he started swinging his paintbrush, started painting some things. Day 1, if you will read Genesis chapter 1, day 1 God created the day and night, darkness and light. And then day 2, God created the expanse between, or the space between the waters above and then the waters below. So what is that? That is actually the clouds and then the wide sea. And then third day, God created the land and filled it with vegetation. So on the first 3 days, God actually created the perfect setting for the universe. So there's day and night, light and dark, and then clouds above, waters below, and then there's the land filled with vegetation. On the fourth day, He went back to His first creation, which is a background, and then He filled it with stars, heavenly bodies. And then on the fifth day, He filled His second creation, that vast expanse between the waters above and the waters below. He filled it with birds, flying creatures. And then on the fourth, fifth, and then sixth day, He filled the land with animals, with walking creatures, and then finally, the epitome of God's creation, human beings. He created man, and then eventually He created the woman out of the man. So if you think about it, why did God create first the day and night, and then the vast expanse, and then the waters, and then the ground, and then filled it with stars, filled it everything? God just actually created the perfect setup for humans to thrive in this world. He created this world first. He created, it's like, a newborn baby. And then when you know that the baby is born, you actually go back home. The family actually prepares the room for the baby, prepares the crib, so that when the baby comes home, the crib is prepared, the walls are painted, the clothes, the baby clothes are ready, the feeding bottle, everything's ready. It's because the baby is that important. In the same way, God's greatest creation is mankind. And He, in the details of the creation, He created first all the things that we need so that we would thrive in this world. So that actually reveals, first, it reveals the existence of God, which is actually self-evident, and then it reveals His nature and character. And what is God's nature and character? God's nature is He's creative, He's intelligent, He's smart. In fact, you can see it's very logical in the way He created things, and then He's very loving. He created us as human beings out of His image, out of love, and He created us to be like Him, and He prepared everything that we would need. Because God is a loving God, and He created us to experience love. And love also is the greatest proof, greatest argument for the existence of God. Because if there is no God, we would not love. We would know what love is, and we will never know how to express and feel love.